Yeah.
Because the rest of that season is pity gang stuff with tuners.
That's Four Deadliest Cars Ever and The
Uh,
Wedding.
Wedding and a few other bits and random things with.
Yeah.
Also, a one the beginning of the season is a bit about Cal and the King, 2 episodes somewhere.
And then season 27 gets into a few of the Tim arc episodes, and then that sort of merges into the Car in White. We should be live by now, but I'm gonna wait a few minutes to recap it. Wait until a few people are watching.
I gotta rework the plot guide.
Have you? When was the last time you updated it?
Well, hold on, let me check.
I know I have it saved somewhere. I still have it saved to Google.
Last I did was season 12.
Of Lap 2?
Lap 2. But I need to add the rest of like basically last year worth of seasons and then the start of this year.
Yeah.
We also put some of the non-main series stuff like Redline and the other movies. Small series that in there.
Is Lap 2? Lap 2 season 13 is the Tuners musical, right? But that also has the Lemon stuff. Season 14 is... I don't really feel like... Season 14 doesn't really have its own full plot. Season 14 is... Well, I guess the Piston Cup comes back. Season 14 is just sort of the finale prelude, and 15 is the finale. People are here...
the next season.
Alright, people are joining now. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. I'm here today with RobinTalesFighter, and we are going to be reacting to some old Cars Adventures episodes. So if you watched the Lap 3 Season 1 finale of Cars Adventures I put out the other day, spoiler alert, in the post-credit scene, you see a cameo from Tim Treadless, who is working with a parts dealer we met earlier in the season, Carlo Maserati. And Tim doesn't call himself Tim. I believe he says his name was, Jake Tank Tire. He's also in his silver paint job. Now, if you were confused as to what's the deal with Tim and why he doesn't refer to himself as Tim and why he's hanging out with an Italian parts dealer, well, a lot of those questions will be answered in the next Cars Adventures season, but in order to give you some more context for how Tim got to sort of the place he is, we're going to have to go back in the series. You see, Tim Treadless is a character that hasn't appeared in Cars Adventures for almost 4 years now. The disappearance of Tim Treadless is one of the only plot threads from Cars Adventures Lap 1 that I didn't address in Lap 2. A lot of Lap 2 was me following up on stuff from Lap 1, but what happened to Tim slipped through the cracks. It was very cool to see everybody excited to see Tim come back in this new credit scene. But yeah, we're gonna have to go way back to 2019. Now, I'm gonna recap where we are in the series to the best of my ability, and I'm gonna ask Robin to take over. So at this point, a lot of early Cars Adventures focused around the Next Generation organization, now usually referred to as the Evil Next Gens. This group was led by Jackson Storm and a spiteful Cruz Ramirez, who was mad at McQueen and just kind of mad at the world because she was fired from Dynaco very early on in the season, or in the series, that is, in the first ever season.
Somewhere halfway through season 1.
Yeah. So that pushed the Cars Adventures plot forward for several years. You had the evil Next Gens and their plans to make sure that everyone on the racetrack was a Next Gen. At the time, Mattel hadn't released all of the Next Gens yet, so in the Cars Adventure series, even though it took place after Cars 3, the Next Gens were slowly being introduced.
They got sick, and then the stock cars returned.
And then, I don't know how canon that is still, but I ignored that.
We keep it canon.
Okay. Well, anyway, they were trying to make sure that Next Gens just fully took over racing. And, so we had the evil Next Gens, and then we had the good Next Gens, because the evil Next Gens sort of believed in no rules. You know, Chick Hicks sort of worked with them. Eventually, they ended up teaming up with the Lemons to just kind of cause havoc and just cause big problems. And in Season 25, we had what's probably still the largest battle we've ever seen in Cars Adventures, the Battle of Radiator Springs, where a bunch of stuff happened. But the most important thing is Jackson reformed from the evil next gens. Jackson reformed alongside Paul Conrev and Chris Roman. So at this point in the series, nowadays we have all the next gens are on. They're not evil anymore. Cruz is redeemed in season 32, the finale of Lap 1. But here, Cruz was still evil, and Jackson, Paul, and Chris had just left the group. There was just a massive battle in Radiator Springs where the King died, and so did Yokoza, as well as I think a few other insignificant characters. And then everyone that worked.
If you call Miles Axelrod insignificant,
Miles Axelrod.
Kicked a field goal with him, remember?
Yeah, Miles Axelrod dies too. And so, sorry, I just dropped something in the background. So then everybody sort of escapes and gets away. And that's where we are now. So on this stream, we're going to be watching Season 26, Episode 2, A Visit from Steve Herschel. This is Steve Herschel's first ever appearance. And he shows up to do the funeral for Yokoza, I believe. This isn't really all that necessary to the overarching plotline, but it's in the same season, and we really wanted to see what Steve was like in his first appearance. Then we're gonna go down.
It's pretty different. He's pretty different from what he is, from how he is now.
Definitely. So we scroll down. The next episode we'll be watching is The Great Holler Escape. As you can see, Tim Treadless is right there on the thumbnail. That's where this arc really starts. The rest of the season focuses around Lightning and Sally getting married, and then season 27 is where a lot of the Tim stuff is. Now, Tim never really got a season to himself. Season 27 really focuses on a race with a bunch of pity cart. But as you can see, season 27, episode 5 is called Poof. This is, I believe, one of the other first appearances of Steve Herschel. This is the first time he sort of teams up with McQueen. And for the next 2 episodes, Poof, A War of Words, and On the Lookout, we get the Tim arc, and then we have the Car in White, where Tim is still present, and that leads sort of into this next episode. Why are there mini racers in the thumbnail of this?
I think you did that just to represent Mater having to guard Tim in the background.
Oh, okay.
To use a small Mater, like he
Great.
the background stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
So then we have the W files, and then from there we sort of go into Pity Cart and the other plot line, which isn't very relevant to this season. So it's not relevant to the Tim arc, but maybe we'll watch the W files, but we're just going to watch the episodes we listed up to the Car in White, and that's going to get you all caught up on Tim, because the Car in White is, to this day, his last appearance until Lap 3, Season 1. Robin, if I missed anything.
The Car in White has had a few appearances.
No, I mean, it's Tim's last appearance.
Yeah, Tim's last appearance. Yeah, I think so.
So,
No, he did not show. He was not. Was he even mentioned in the when the Nexians all get taken out of jail or something?
I don't know. So if you have anything you'd like to add to the recap before we start season 26, definitely feel free to add it now. Hopefully Mel Dorado fills in the rest for us, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's really relevant, but Paul Conrev and Chris Roman, they escaped from the evil Nexians on a separate occasion.
Yeah.
Also, there were evil tuners which were working with the evil Nexians. And
that's right.
They also turned good during season 25.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think, there were a lot of cars, and I'm pretty sure some of them are still in the background of the episode, but we'll see that in a moment.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth mentioning the 4 deadliest cars ever.
Yeah, that's not.
That's maybe something. That's maybe something to recap for whenever that becomes relevant.
Yeah.
Again.
In episode 1 of season 2, are we gonna see Sally? Sally, I think I said in the finale that Sally will be out of the hospital soon. So, yeah, she'll be back around in the series in season 2. I don't know how much, but she'll be there again. Anyway, let's start A Visit from Steve Herschel, the first ever Steve Herschel episode. Cars in Radiator Springs have some new allies in the form of all cars, Jackson Storm. Also, I like how revolutionary the concept of they're working with Jackson was at the time.
Yeah, and and of course the other evil guys are turning. Because we had quite a few deserters this season.
Yeah.
The previous season.
I'm just gonna let Meldorado play out.
Accompanied by Paul Conrad and Chris Roman. Also,
He's falling.
are the evil tuners, except they're no longer evil. They all had a massive fight in Radiator Springs against Cruz and her forces, and the King, Yokoza, and Miles Axelrod were all lost in the fight.
Old Cars Adventures logo. I never liked this one because of the font.
Legend still has it that Miles Axelrod's dead body it has been in that cave. Is still in that cave.
Right. What was the yeah, I never liked this intro because the font is just, it doesn't feel Cars enough. And I like the second generation of this intro where we sort of fixed the font, but I really like the lap 3 intro. This feels like too dark and bleak. Like, why is it all black and white?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. I haven't watched these since I made them, I think. Let's hear Prepubescent Ty.
Look at our town. Town that was just saved.
Robin, let me know if you want me to pause it at any point, if you have something to say.
Luigi and
I'll
Patrick
tell you.
Speaks and that nice gremlin. Yep. And all
Wait,
of
that's Don Crumlin that
Yeah.
you're talking about?
That nice gremlin is Don Crumlin, who I had just gotten, and he was just introduced this season.
You know, it doesn't look half bad for having just been through a massive...
What is going on the side? Why is Ripletskonsky stacked on top of Shu?
Oh, that's still left over from the previous season, the season finale. You just didn't clean everything up, I believe.
I did not clean up.
After having just been through a massive battle.
Going through all the effort destroying all the buildings.
Honey, I think we may need to do some fixing.
Is that blue Lego piece a reference to the Fuel War season? That's what their fuel containers look like.
I think it's I don't know. So yeah, because the fuel it had like a formula to help to free mind control cars, which they didn't actually use during the season. No, they only used it on tailgates. But they used all the fuel from the Fuel Wars for that.
Yeah. This episode was posted May 10th, 2019.
The stupid thing is you introduced the concept of being able to free cars from mind control using that formula in that fuel, and you didn't use it.
Maybe that'll come back now. I didn't remember that. Let's keep going.
Alright, so the town came out mostly unscathed. Yep. Well,
And it's also funny how things are only now falling apart.
Right? This is at the point where I think Cars Adventures is a pretty good series. It's loaded at this point, but I think at this point it's pretty together. But you still have like funny, weird stuff like that, I think. I love how, when does Steve Urkel come in? He comes in, okay, we just have this scene, which is the first like 3 minutes of McQueen and Mater.
Yeah, he was knocking me off of here. What happened? I'll tell you, pal.
I'll tell you. Oh.
I fell. Dramatic flashback over. I got up eventually, and you know everything was fine.
He didn't fall. He didn't fall as far as
notable injuries?
When Rod hit him?
Well, I hurt some of my wheels.
He didn't fall as far as Miles. And then Rod hit McQueen and knocked him off, and he was assumed dead. Oh, Cars Adventures.
Well, he still did not reach the distance of Miles because Miles was ended up in a cave, and legend has it his body is still in that cave.
To this day.
G's ordering me some new wheels online. I also damaged some of my axles and my side, so it's pretty hard to drive.
My Fabulous McQueen actually has bent axles. I wonder if that's a reference to that.
Maybe, but at least it's through constant use in Cars Adventures.
Exactly.
His axles are still. I think mine is in better condition than yours because yours also has a chip on the spoiler.
Yeah, like my Precision Series Sally, I don't care, I know it's rare, but mine's a little damaged. That's because I always use it in Cars Adventures, because it's the definitive Sally.
I mean, if it's damaged, it shows that it has been used a lot. It's seen good use.
Yeah, and what Sally do you expect me to use?
Yeah, I could tell
the other
8? Yeah.
You know, if only I had like a hovering platform that Let me get around easier. Like a hover chair. Yeah, like Professor X. Yeah, totally. That'd be cool. Just go off. Lecture a bunch of guys. Yeah.
I love how one of the only constants in Cars Adventures is random references to non-Cars franchises.
Yeah, we got Marvel, Star Wars, almost everything, I think.
There are so many references in Cars Adventures beyond just titles. I made, and I sent to Robin several years ago, a list of every reference in the title of a Cars Adventures episode. There are so many references.
Wait, Mater, what is it, buddy? Look down there. Why is everybody gathered here?
This is before Karisu was in the series.
Who's that down there?
Karisu, he appeared.
He appeared.
He appeared, I believe, later in this, like, a few episodes later.
I love the zoom. This is May 9th, so I just got Steve Herschel and Karisu for my birthday a week before.
Wait. Who's that down there?
I like this zoom. I genuinely like this zoom. It's like they're looking closer.
There's still always cars to the side.
Yeah. That's why I don't do things like that nowadays, because then you'd see the rest of my room is a mess. Let's hear if his voice is different.
Hello, my friends.
Oh.
I am the Steve Herschel. Okay, what's up? Who are you and what's going on with your voice?
Kayandi looking the other way is not intentional, but it's so in character for her.
It is my German accent. That's not German. I've met German cars before. That's not German. It's Transylvanian. You see, they call me Steve Herschel because that is my name, and I am here to take away any of the dead bodies from the...
His voice is a lot less intense, and also I like that he speaks in, like, more broken English, almost.
Yeah, I think that, like, I think you could say that throughout time, as he's more interacted with cars here, here in this series, he's learned to talk English better.
Really, the only weird thing he says that's stuck has been Little Lightning.
Yep.
Yeah, but the Steve Urkel voice now is more like that, and here it's a lot more subdued. But I think here a lot of the comedy comes from he says weird things, whereas now it's he has a weird voice.
This fight I heard you had. What? Dude, that's dark. That's pretty morbid. How do you even know we had a fight? It was all over the news. I guess you all were too busy fighting that you didn't notice the camera cars in the back or something. Also, I was there. I love watching a good fight. Ah.
Is that canon?
Something about him isn't right to me. Yeah, I know.
I don't know if that's canon.
Isn't Komodo... No, Komodo isn't dead, right? Komodo's still around.
Yeah, Komodo's still alive.
He's just in Japan.
Yeah.
Taya also. Taya and Ka and Monji. So they're not in the series much.
Last time they appeared was with the
So,
either the
who
K2
did you lose
season
in the
or
fight? Oh,
that
The-
season.
I think they were in the last season, but I think I forgot Taya.
you were watching the fight. How about you tell us? You lost one. One stripped the King Leathers. That's one car. And then you lost...
So now he's the Count from Sesame Street. That's what this is.
Well, he was
Yo, Coca, that is two cars. And then you lost Miles Axelrod. That's three cars. Ah! Where did that thunder come from? It just kind of comes with the job.
There was no thunder. I see the original joke with... No, you're not late. We actually just started. The original joke with Steve was that people thought he was a vampire. That sort of faded away.
And he's not a vampire.
No, now we have a full backstory. Steve, I've said this before, I'm sure. Steve wasn't supposed to get a backstory, but by Lap 2, Season 15, when I gave him a backstory, he'd been in the show so much that I felt like I can't just have this car with unexplained teleporting powers.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, Mr. Herschel. Count Herschel.
Oh.
No, you just introduced yourself as Steve, but okay. Count Herschel.
That's the only time you call him a
We already
Yeah.
had a funeral for the king. And Miles Axelrod, he fell, like, all the way over there.
Nope, you're not late. We just started.
No,
We are watching some older Cars Adventures episodes to prepare for an upcoming storyline with Tim Treadless. We're not at the episodes with Tim yet, but we are close. It's good that we decided to watch this one first. That isn't important to the story, because a lot of people are showing up now.
Yakuza, he was very close to us. He's my brother. Yeah. And, we're, actually holding the funeral in Tokyo in a few days. So,
The way you say this, it almost sounds like you were still having to come up with the lines at the spot.
I might have been.
all the way to Tokyo. I will call up my Holler friend, Count Holler. That's a really dumb name. I know, his family's last name is Holler, and he's also royalty. Well, my friend, Count Holler.
I didn't.
We shall go.
Okay, gotta be honest. I love early Steve, and it makes me feel like current Steve kind of fell off and regressed into like one joke.
Yeah, I guess. We do. Maybe we need. You should definitely see if.
Count Holler can
if
come back.
you should at least have Count Holler as a reference in the upcoming for the what's it called again? The World Project.
Right. Yeah. Did we say Steve is?
You wanted to have something with Steve's scam businesses, so.
Oh yeah. There we go. I have not.
Give Count Holler at least a reference.
The
Or perhaps see if you can find a Hot Wheels Holler, make that into Count Holler.
Yeah, the World Project is something I haven't officially announced yet, but we'll do that I think in a week.
You have hinted at several times.
Yeah. Tell you, you're gonna remake the first Cars Adventures episode. I actually did remake it once. For an anniversary special.
Hey guys! Oh, hey, Lightning. Who was that? That was Count Holler.
What?
Huh.
No, it wasn't. Count
Did
Herschel.
you just fly away? I think so. What did he want? We just wanted to know about the casualties of the fight. You all forgot about the most important casualty of the fight. Robo-Sarge! I missed him so much! He was like a son to me! Robo-Sarge!
Another arc with Robo-Sarge and the new Robo-Sarge.
Yeah, RoboSarge needs to come back. I forgot he was in the series this early on.
Yeah, he came in either season. He was the Robo-Sarge was the reason that Sarge was the mind change thing was no longer effective on Sarge.
Oh, okay. I know I showed people. People started to ask. People started to ask me where is RoboSarge, and I showed him on one of the Christmas shorts. He'll be back. There was a whole cut episode in Lap 2. I think Lap 2 Season 1. There was an entire cut, like, multi-part arc where TJ gets fed up with RoboSarge, and he, like, throws him off a cliff. He just tries to get rid of him. If you watch the Cars Adventures Lap 2 trailers, there's one that features a speech from Sarge, and that speech was going to be at RoboSarge's funeral.
You got another lenticular Sarge, so you could probably do like a fun 2 or 3 episodes short story, extra story or something. With that.
Yeah.
Yes, Father.
Father.
Father. You're alive! Oh my gosh, I never knew this day would come. I never thought it would come. I thought you were gone. Well, at least Sarge is happy. Yeah, but what about the rest of us? You know, it'll be okay. We'll get over it. We all lost cars to think about.
I feel like my control over the cars is a lot worse. I feel like they keep bumping into things, and also my editing isn't as good. The cuts don't feel as smooth. But
Yeah, RoboSarge. RoboSarge. He was broken now, right? Currently, right?
like in universe, I think so.
Yay! I love funerals. They're my favorite social event.
Never change Kayandi.
That is Cayenne, that is still accurate to the Cayenne.
I love that Kayandi hasn't changed one bit.
Yeah, she's like, she is along with Steve Rose on the list of like special funny characters exclusive to Cars Adventures. Background characters turned into something funny for Cars Adventures.
His Adventures is probably the closest thing to a Cars soap opera due to character deaths, story arcs, amnesia, switching sides, and such. I was about to say, yeah, but I don't remember there being any amnesia. And then I remembered that Dusty had amnesia, and the arc we're watching today features amnesia. Amnesia is such an easy way to add pointless drama to your show.
Well, keep that in mind for your future.
Right!
Did I say something wrong? Yeah, you said something very wrong. By the way, guys, is it just me or...
Important character personality question. Why is Chisaki not goth in Cars Adventures? She just kind of exists.
She doesn't have to be. Look, just because you look like something doesn't mean you have to be that.
Chisaki breaks barriers. Well, Chisaki is always supposed to be more annoyed. I think I showed that in Lap 3 Season 1 also. Chisaki's like the most easily annoyed of the three of them. Harumi wasn't in the show yet at this point, but of Chisaki, Harumi, and Kayandi, the sort of trio you have there, Chisaki's the one that's always annoyed. Kayandi's always way too happy, and Harumi's somewhere in between. Harumi doesn't have much of a personality, in all honesty. Something I've tried to fix by having her be in the show a bit more.
Steve Herschel guy give off like some super vampire vibes. Oh, says you! What do you mean says me? I mean, I guess I have been accused of being a vampire like 40 times in my life, and I guess there's a whole lot of evidence. I don't like being outside much.
So this is actually a deep cut reference to a running joke a friend of mine had with me. At the time, we had this sort of running joke about this one person we knew where we were convinced she was a vampire, and that was just the whole sort of running joke. And we were like in the midst of that running joke when I made this episode. So that's sort of why the people think Steve is a vampire joke started.
The Steve is a vampire joke was already gone before you revealed his backstory.
Yeah.
Such.
She's a Morbius. Yeah, maybe.
Saki the vampire! Ah!
Kayandi running away doesn't feel accurate to me.
Would love it if she was with the
I hate
vampire.
you guys. Man.
Perfect place for a Chisaki is lonely joke.
Wait, I didn't hear that part. Did you put that in there?
No, I didn't.
Wasted opportunity.
No, there is no Plains Adventures. No. I own a few more planes now, but no. Okay, so we're...
Remember Planes the Rejects?
I don't want to talk about Planes the Rejects. I never even made an episode. So as the season goes on, we have Racing an Old Friend. So this is the Pity Cart arc. Forever Changed. Reverse is
the Pity Cart arc is later.
That's the next season. This is Pity Gang.
Oh yeah, that was like the whole... The reverse episode is just weird.
The reverse episode is like a gimmick episode. I wanted to film an episode where part of it is in reverse. Then we have the 4 deadliest cars ever. These are 4 cars that were sort of stragglers during the battle. And the 5, right? Were there? I thought the 5th joined later.
Yeah, the 5th joined later. That's like the main running joke with them, which is also what I told you. If you bring them back, you should have them rename themselves with something with 5.
I think HJ was that 5th. I would love to rewatch. Next time we should watch the 4 deadliest cars ever arc.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna start the plot about them, then we can watch that.
Then we have this arc with Cal doing a concert after the king's death. This is the funeral episode. Moving on. I'm not saying moving on as a transition. The episode is literally called Moving On. And then the next episode we need to watch is The Great Holler Escape, which is the return of Tim. Now I gotta go get more water real quick, and then we will start this one up. This is season 26, episode 15, The Great Holler Escape. I'm just gonna run real quick. we shouldn't be concerned. I'll just miss the intro. Why are they here? Wait, why are they somewhere different? Oh, because of the invasion episode, maybe.
Yeah, that's because you go get water. I'll explain it to the rest.
Okay, I will be right back, and then I'll press play. You can recap it.
Yeah. Okay, so throughout this season, there's like a group of Treadless, which we just talked about, and they take over the Piston Cup racing garage. And of course, normally Mel and Shuki used to do their episode in the garage, but because that was taken over by the 4 deadliest cars ever, as they call themselves, they can't recap there right now. So there was also a few episodes with Take Back the Garage, which is like where a bunch of cars, I don't remember who, they try to take back the garage. I believe Sally is involved. Tom Treadless. It cannot change it. Ty needs to change it. We wait for Ty.
All right, I'm back.
Ty, we got an emergency.
Oh no!
The stream is called Rewatching Cars Adventures Tom Treadless arc.
Who?
Tom Treadless.
How did I spell it? My keyboard is broken. You'll know if you're on my Discord server. Every vowel types twice for some reason. I saw right before I left it there. Oh, who's Tom Treadless? Okay, he's Tim again. Actually, he's Jake Tank Tire. Okay.
But we're calling him Tim Treadless just for the sake of people understanding what the heck we're talking about.
Well, at this point, he is still. Okay, the Great Hauler Escape. Let's begin.
On Cars Adventures, the racing garage has been taken. Wait a minute, Shuki. We can go back! Yeah, we can go back! You go back to the racing garage? Yup.
In lap 3 now, they're just they're on my sync for the recaps because it genuinely, it was always really difficult to kneel down and film the racing garage at that angle. In lap 2, season 14, I started using a tripod for those shots. For lap 3, I started filming it somewhere else, and honestly, I prefer that because it's a bit easier. But I mean, the racing garage was always such a fun idea, having that be where the recaps are. But I do like that it makes them sort of exist outside of the universe. But I want to do a whole...
Exist outside of the universe. They kind of exist in it and kind of don't, but they're not entirely outside of it. So maybe at some point you should just have another Mel and Chucky episode like you do every once in a while.
I do want to do that.
About them discovering how that they go to the racing garage or something. I don't know.
I was gonna have it be... I want to do a whole episode with Mel and Chucky, or at least start a running joke with Chucky trying to break out of where they are now and realizing she can't, this confined white space. I started that sort of already. She jokes about it earlier in the season, because Mel always does regular recaps. Chucky often talks to the audience, and now Shannon Spokes is there too, and Chucky seems to not like her too much.
Yeah, you could maybe remember. Okay, no, I'll tell you about that after the stream.
All right. Next season, the tuner plot is the same as the Jackson and Cruz plot, so we'll have some fun jokes there. Shannon and Jackson and Cruz plots isn't a thing that's going to happen every season going forwards. I have Shannon there whenever we have a Piston Cup themed episode. Shannon's going to do the recap. That's the plan. So you have Mel for Radiator Springs, you have Chucky for Tuners, and you have Shannon for Piston Cup, and then Mel for anything else.
It's been taken back, and the group of rogue cars.
What? 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 The group of rogue car. What? 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 It got cut off.
Also, random note, there was the shifty truck custom to the left.
I was wondering what that car was.
I think it's the shifty truck because that was always at the end of the line and it looked like a custom.
Yeah.
Well, we are very glad to report that only the elevator was damaged here, and you know, it's popped out a couple of times at random points. It's not the most stable thing anyway, so we do know how to reattach
the
it.
racing garage
That's
used to
right.
break a lot.
Yeah.
As for the
You haven't
five
been to the
cars
racing
who
garage in a long
tried
time.
and actually kind of
Yeah.
did a good job at taking it over, the 5 of them have been arrested and they are imprisoned. Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, it's pretty great.
I'll see they're there.
So, when are we going to be able to come back here to do the recaps? Recaps? Yeah, we recap the events of like the previous, I don't know, it varies, days, minutes, past few, however long it's been since the last episode.
Years.
What do you mean, episode? You
Well,
know,
Brett.
episodes? What do you mean, episodes?
This is one of
allow me to explain.
very few times that Mel and Shuki appear in an actual episode outside of the recap.
Yeah, like I said, it just says that a lot of the early episodes are confusing. Yeah, it is a lot
It
of
is.
confusion. Just watch some recap episode things recapping the most important events.
That's why I suggest to just not go back and watch all Cars Adventures. If you want to do it, go right ahead, man. But early Ty didn't know what he was doing, so I as the future incarnation of Ty, I would like to apologize.
It was already destroyed once this year. Yeah, it's like every 2 months. It always happens. It's a very common plot thread. Not as common as the tuner's house being blown up. Alright, you know what?
Was this before? There was a running joke. Was it Chris that would always break the fourth wall, and Paul would go, "Stop breaking the fourth wall, Chris"?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, Paul telling Chris to stop breaking the fourth wall.
Paul and Chris used to be the most prominent next gens. Now that Cruz is back, she's sort of taken their place.
Breaking the fourth wall. You know what? Never mind. Whatever.
Was it the tail end of your ton of fourth wall breaking you used to do?
Yeah.
My cellular device is ringing. You could have just said your phone. I like to sound more sophisticated. I'm no longer evil. I need to sound proper and whatever else I need to do. Well, I do believe I have to be proper now. Okay, you know what? Just answer your cellular device. Okay. Yo, Gail, what's going on? I mean, hello, my dearest holla, Gail Buford. How might you be this fine morn? Storm, why are you talking like that? It's not
This is a plastic Gale. This was the 2017 plastic Gale. It was made before Gale had a diecast, which I actually don't own, but it was made before her diecast, in case you're wondering why she's so big.
time. It's like 3
You
p.m.
do own Paul Conrad's
Whatever.
collar now. And,
Whatever.
No, just John Halstead. That's the only next gen hauler I have. Which is funny, because the Synergy next gen is not in Cars Adventures, and never has been. I bought it to use in the background.
He is now with the extras having taken place.
Yeah, but we haven't seen him.
Not an issue here. What is it, Gal? The hall toppers and I thought we were home free. You know, we made it out of the base. We've been fine for a few hours, but Cruz did send some guys after us.
So I think this is a really interesting plot line, because Jackson and Paul and Chris had all just reformed from the evil next gens, so now their haulers are trying to get out of the base. I think this was an interesting episode concept.
It is something that doesn't often happen, where you actually dive into the consequences of all the crazy events of Cars Adventure, and this
Exactly.
actually did dive into it, so that was really nice.
I think lap 3 is one of the first times lap 3 season 2 is going to be one of the first times we see the consequences of the past season really fully go into, instead of just sticking with the status quo of the past season. The first half of season 26 is just sort of dealing with the fallout of the previous season, since it was such a big battle.
Yeah.
Seriously? I thought you would be too devastated to. Yeah, that's what we all assumed. Heck, I mean, like I already said, we were on the road for 5 hours. They caught up to us at a rest stop and didn't see them beforehand. Well, who'd you send after you? A pack of 3 elite super fast race cars and an expert fighter with a torch. Oh, and also broadside. Hey, can y'all do me a favor and wait up? I gotta catch my breath.
You call him broadside.
Wait, is that? Oh, that's blind spot. No.
You always mess those up. You always call blind spot broadside.
B.
Then again, you could just say that Gil wasn't able to get a proper look and just saw it wrong. But
I love how the first thing you laughed at was elite super fast cars. At this point, all the next gens were still evil. That's since been undone. Where is Herb currently? Here, Herb is here. Herb became very important to the show recently. Is Herb still mind controlled? I believe.
I don't know for sure. At least we never saw what happened to him, so he would still be under that mind's control.
Yeah.
Now we have another plot thread.
I can't believe I forgot about Herb. At the end of lap 2, I was gonna resolve the Chick Hicks being brainwashed thing, and I had to cut that for time. I probably was also gonna resolve Herb, but it's another thing to focus on when we get back into the rod aspect.
Hold on, I'll get there. Just slow down, please. Wait for me. Yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag. Sort of. Look, okay, I'm sorry. Alright, now this mission is just...
At this time, the evil next gens had not only teamed up with the Lemons, they were also working with the Demolition Derby cars. For some reason.
Escaping these guys. It's gone beyond making it safely to Radiator Springs. Sorry if this doesn't work out. Talk to you later. Beep. Nah. She ended the call. Why'd you have to end the call? So she could focus on outrunning these guys? Well, I don't know about Gale, but I'm sure Dale and Max will do okay.
Their names are Dale and
Yeah,
Max?
Awesome.
I think do these two have names now? I don't think they've been re-released, so I don't think they have names. But again, this was before Next Gen haulers existed, so Paul and Chris had to use the regular haulers.
Are you,
Yeah, well,
you
it's
sure
fine.
we're gonna
It
make
works.
Yeah.
out of this okay, Gale? Yeah. Trust me. Or don't. I don't know, man. Do whatever you want. It'll all be okay. It'll all be okay. It'll all be okay. Oh my gosh! Somebody's on me! Come off! No, nobody's on you.
It's funny that I named one of them Dale, because then the next year they made a hauler cab named Dale Ruffalo.
Okay.
Oh, there could be one.
Pick him off of me! So, you want to betray us just like Jackson and Paul and Chris did? So, man,
Nowadays, this is when I would not use that take and film another one, but...
I'm gonna be really dramatic here. Hold on. Just hop back on. Yeah. So, bam! Yeah.
It is.
Works and...
I love how he says, why doesn't this lever work? So that means in universe you have to pull down the lever on the roof of Gale to open Gale's hauler.
Also, that jump like off the other
See you later, loser!
What was that?
Well, you pause on a shot where Tim is like halfway through falling off the hall. That's just funny.
No! Hey, Tim! Good luck! Wanna go get like a smoothie or something? Yeah, let's head back to the base. What are 3 haulers gonna do that could hurt anyone? Yeah, right? They're not gonna do anything impactful.
I was just gonna say, wow, that's lazy. They don't go after him, and that's the reason why Tim is still not in the series to this day. But the real reason is they thought the haulers weren't threats.
I guess. I really want to use this torch though. No, wait for me, please. Just help someone out. Do me a favor. Just hold up. Let me catch my breath again. Oh! You gotta be kidding me. Max, you guys see that? That was awesome. No time to brag now, Max. We gotta go.
You call it that.
Open up! No! No, 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 no. Alright? We're doing this for one reason. We're gonna help out Jackson and Chris and Paul. We stand by them with our haulers. That's what we're supposed to do.
Box him in!
Well, haulers are supposed to be paid to just transport their racers, and now they're talking like they're loyal
Right.
followers or
And
something.
if you want to keep working for the wrong side, so be it.
Paul's hauler uses open trailer panel. It's super effective.
So, Tim, either leave us alone, or
Yo, look at my old mini racers collection.
Death Star trash compactor.
That's mini adventure.
Wow, that's morbid. We're gonna. This is gonna become like the Death Star trash compactor. Wow.
Woo, Star Wars! You ever see Star Wars? That's in Star Wars. They're gonna crush him like the Death Star trash room.
That's morbid. We're gonna crush him? No. You know how the 3PO shuts down the trash compactor before it can crush him? Oh, right. So, leave us alone or we will almost crush you.
That was effective.
Your empty threats
How is he
mean
supposed to
nothing
leave
to
him
me.
alone when he's trapped?
Open. Ah. Whew. Let's jump there. Training mode unlocked. Hauler wheels locked. Thank you for dining with us. Why did it say thank you for dining with us? I always knew I had to change out that AI. See? You can't move it.
See, there are some good jokes in these. I'm impressed.
I mean, you even had decent pretty good jokes in like the first seasons, but they're rare.
A lot of it was my delivery. So again, another concept I like, because again, we've seen Gail's hauler, her trailer, in older episodes where we know it's used by Jackson and others as a training center. So his goal was to unlock the latch on the top that opens it up, because when it's opened, it goes into training mode, and as you heard, the wheels are locked, so now Gail can't move.
Or I opened up the training mode. Oh. Well, about that, it said the hauler wheels are locked, but I don't know if you took a hauler anatomy class in college or anything.
A what
It's
class?
a common class.
Hauler anatomy.
Have it. This is kind of common knowledge. Yeah. A hauler and a cab are two different things. See you later.
I believe that's the last time the haulers this season's like these seasons are the last season Gil is actually irrelevant to the series.
Yeah. So Tim says, how am I going to explain this to Cruz? The haulers then, can we watch the beginning of the next episode just to see the haulers make it to Radiator Springs?
Wait, which episode is that called?
That's called The Question.
Let's see if there's a scene. If not, then we just skip it.
Because I know the background of episodes later in the season show them in the back. So they're in the back of the town for the second half of the season.
That's the last time we saw them.
Sure, it's been over a year since Lightning proposed to Sally. And now, he thinks it's time for them to make it official. Oh, and by the way, it's in case you were wondering why I'm in a different location than usual,
I'm gonna skip to about halfway through the episode when Gail shows up.
Yeah, just skip to that because
I just want to hear what they say.
you hear them now. That sure doesn't look like Sally.
They're waiting for Sally to get back home from the garage.
Hey, what's up? I'm, Gil Buford. Yeah, I know. Welcome to Radiator Springs. Thanks.
Yeah, just make yourself at home. Park in
I had
Lizzie's.
to call Storm just now, telling him that I had finally made it back to the town safely, but, seems he was on a call with you. Yep. Well, it's nice to know that Storm and Paul and Chris will have some company. Yeah. Anyway, I'd like you to meet Max and Dale Halltopper. Hey, hello.
Oh, they're brothers.
Brothers, obviously.
Obviously.
Hey guys.
And meanwhile,
nice to meet you. Nice to meet
the
you,
backstory
Jim.
of Chris Roman
Lightning
is like
McQueen. I know.
completely different from Paul.
Yeah, but the brothers. The fact that the Haulers are brothers isn't relevant to the racers.
It's Lightning
I know,
McQueen.
it's
I know,
weird to
man.
me.
Oh man, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
I got Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen. We love you, Lightning. Okay.
How would these
Alright.
guys in the
Nice to meet some
evil
fans.
action hauler to be
Yeah.
to begin with?
We didn't really work this out. If you guys could just, I don't know, get into position behind Red, I think that'd be nice. What's going on? Why are you all lined up like that? Are you greeting us formally, Lightning? No, I'm actually, getting ready to set up a wedding. Oh! Wow! Well, you
I
know,
don't
I'm
think
actually
we're
not
gonna get
doing
anything
anything
relevant for the rest of the episode.
No, I thought he was gonna be like, "Hey, Gail, where's your trailer?" And she was gonna be like, "Find out in the 5th episode of the next season." Poof.
Yeah. Okay, we get some.
In the next season, released June 11th, 2019, season 27, episode 5. Poof.
You know, just see the full screen.
What?
Never mind.
Here, I got it to full screen. We good?
Yeah.
Alright. Is that a new intro? Why is part of the garage missing?
No, it's not a new intro.
Why is part of the garage missing?
Cars Adventures during
It-
two
it-
separate
I
chases.
assume you just never put it back after the last season.
Let's see how he explains it.
Previously on Cars Adventures, during two separate chases, Mac's trailer and Gail Buford's trailers both went missing.
When did Mac's trailer go missing? I don't remember that.
It didn't go missing. That was just a mistake by you.
Good job, me. Whoever this guy is, he seems really bad at making a car series. Yo! Check out my new second channel for bonus content! Check it out, guys! One of the classic Cars Adventures opening trends, cars just singing behind the clowns as they drive.
Lizzie, you're back from the hospital. Alright? Who said that?
Wait, why was Lizzie in the hospital?
I don't know. I forgot. Probably something happened at the wedding. I don't remember. The wedding part was not really a part. It was something I paid
Yeah.
attention to.
There's a great big sky waiting.
I like how casual this episode starts.
Isn't that right, Sarge? What? It's a great big sky waiting right behind the clouds, right? Sure.
The characters driving and singing behind the clouds even happened in Cars 4. It's just a running track. Whenever I want a car just driving around humming,
What are you three boys up to today? Nothing much, just training, you know.
sitting in a row.
Just a couple races in a month, so
On the
gotta
road.
get working on that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just thinking though, how am I supposed to get there? What do you guys mean?
Oh! Background elements! We never do that! Mater just drives by towing a car. Good for me for trying to make it a little more lively. This episode is 10 minutes. That's
That
surprising.
is you doing what I always did that in my series, but you almost never did that.
I tried to do it a bit more in lap 3, season 1. Like in the premiere, you see, I think like Gil is at Flo's or something. Just try to populate it a bit more.
Buford's trailer is gone.
Just one of the many improvements I tried to make for lap 3.
In the middle of the highway. Yeah, you're right. Well,
I'm on the
you
highway.
could hitch a ride
Okay.
with Mac, I guess. Actually, boss, that's gonna be pretty difficult. Remember, I lost my trailer too. Oh, that's right. Oh, man.
Yeah, so it wasn't a mistake I made. He did lose his trailer. I think it falls off a cliff in the last season. And the episode where he...
remember how he lost, and I also don't remember you ever doing a plot where he gets it back.
I think in the episode where they got a wedding cake.
Oh yeah, I probably didn't pay much attention to the episode because I didn't pay much attention to the wedding.
I'm sure you'll fit. I'm sure you'll fit in Paul's trailer or Chris's trailer. Well, you see, my crew chief is really cheap. Okay, he's like nearly broke now because Cruz was funding him and the rest of the team, and now that he's left Cruz,
Where's Cruz getting all the money from?
he now needs to hitch a ride.
Cruz was still working with Chick Hicks, and remember, at this point, Sterling was funding the next gens.
He was yeah. Last we saw him before this arc was thrown off a cliff.
Right.
I think he's driving stadiums himself.
What just fell?
Very good point. In fact, you could just drive to the stadiums yourself. You're super fast. I'm sure you could get there in like half the time it would take a normal car. Yeah, but the hauler's supposed to take you to the races. I don't really see your point here. Look, okay, I need to haul around. Gail needed to haul around just me before. Now she needs to haul around me, my crew chief, and about 8 pitties. Alright?
8?
So we're gonna need that hauler back. 8 pitties can fit in there? Yeah. Yeah, actually.
It's a huge trailer.
It is very big.
It works. And, we take a whole lot of you in my trailer whenever Sally's got a race. I mean, usually Gray Jr. helps out, but when you have half of Radiator Springs also hitching a ride in my trailer,
They usually drive outside the trailer.
Gray Jr. isn't going to cut it. I guess you guys are right. I wish that we could have those trailers back. Your wish is my command!
Oh, it's Steve!
Who said that? I did! Poof! Hello, little children. I mean, little cars.
Okay, see, Steve is becoming a bit more like the Steve we know. Only 1 season after he debuted, and like 4 episodes after he debuted.
Yeah.
Already yelling poof. The episode is literally called poof. When did the poof thing... I wonder if it started here.
I think either this one or... I don't remember if he appeared in any other episodes before this one.
He did the wedding between Lightning and Sally.
He
and
probably did the poof thing there.
I'm not sure.
Or wherever they recruit Steve to do it, then... I really need to rewatch that because I don't remember much from the wedding arc.
You again. Stan... What? Stu... No, Steve! Oh, right, Steve, listen, soul?
Listen, soul.
My name's Steve.
Hear, soul. Listen, soul.
I couldn't help but overhear you. Talking about how you wished you had that hauler back.
His voice is still a little deeper than... And now it's a bit more up here.
Where were you? Are you stalking me? Maybe. But listen here, little light.
Steve's weird obsession with lightning started here.
I can take you to where the hauler is lost. I know exactly where it is.
That must have been the first little lightning, because he said little children.
Maybe. But listen here, little lightning. I can take you to where the hauler is lost. I know exactly where it is, at least for that one's hauler. In fact, I've been there before. Come with me. Poof! Wait!
Does he exist? Oh, I remember this. Does he exist on, like, Nightcrawler logic, where he has to... I wonder if he used to exist on, Steve took a little bit of pitch from Flo. Right, that's why Flo's voice dropped, too. Steve's got higher, hers got lower. Did old Steve...
I think that this part where they teleport, that is something that we only showed during this season. After that, whenever he teleports cars, we never see this part again.
Yeah, I know it happened...
Something with that.
I know it happened to Fillmore, I'm pretty sure. In a later season.
Fillmore. Other than Fillmore, I don't remember there being any point where where stuff happens.
Well, I guess, presumably, this is what happens when Steve teleports. He said, I've been there. I could take you there. I wonder if he worked on, like, the same logic as Nightcrawler from the X-Men, if that's where I got that from, whose whole thing is he can teleport to places, but he has to have seen the place in order to go there. I don't Whether or not Steve works on that logic has never been explained, but it's something I always sort of consider when I have him teleport. But
I mean, he ends up in random places
Yeah.
around the multiverse.
In fact, I've been there before. Come with me. Poof! Wait!
I like the scene though.
Ah! 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 Ah!
Doctor Strange opening his third eye.
Ah! 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 Did I just knock into the sky? Yes, little lightning. It appears you did. How the heck is any of this even possible? It just is. Please stop questioning my logic.
That works now because we.
They take a lot of time to teleport here, but normally that never takes that much time.
Well, it is instantaneous, but again, going off of Nightcrawler logic, they say when he teleports, he then goes to another dimension, runs all the way across it, and comes back. So I like to think that the teleportation is instantaneous, but they still have to travel through this sort of tunnel in order to get there.
They don't notice it that it's instant. Well, of course, and that makes sense because of how moving objects work in the real world, which I won't get into because that's a lot of physics explaining.
Exactly, and I like how this folds into Steve's now official backstory, which I came up with several years after this. He says, like, don't question it, because he actually doesn't know how he can teleport until Aiden tells him. Also, I like to think of this as another... Now we know that Steve can travel across dimensions. I like to think of this as another dimension now, in hindsight. Where they go is sort of in between planes of existence.
Yeah, that also works.
And now we are here at the trailer. Yes.
We're in the Upside Down.
There's gotta be a gas station somewhere near here.
Why is he pushing the trailer?
Is it Team Treadless? Yes, it appears it is. Oh, he was stranded here when I last checked up on this trailer a week ago. What? He's been here for a week? Well, the hauler was like here a week ago, and now it's here. Good for him.
Good for him. Did Lightning and Sally not go on a honeymoon if it's only been a week since that episode?
You again.
Not everyone goes
Lightning?
on honeymoon.
You know Lightning? Yes, indeed I do. What's your name again? Stan.
The lighting's awful.
It's Steve. My name is Steve. Oh. Lightning, I can't believe you. What? Dude, that is one way to very quickly cause conflict. Look. The conversation. Lightning, I can't believe you. Yeah, you think that's what it sound like? You know what you sound like? You know what you sound like?
Are we sure the War of Words didn't start here?
Right? The next episode is called War of Words. This is how it started.
42.
What do you say?
26. 42.
Oh, choose a number?
You know what you sound like? How old are you two?
Oh.
26. 42.
Wait, that's actually accurate to Lightning's canonical age. That's a complete coincidence. I think someone at some point said McQueen is supposed to be 40 in Cars 3. This
takes place 2 years later.
So, I just chose a random number. So by complete coincidence, McQueen is canonically 42 at this point in the timeline. Unless he's older in Cars 3, which I believe he is supposed to be... I think they've said he's 40 in Cars 3 on a few different occasions. So, that is a total coincidence. I'm sure I just chose a random age number, just adult age.
Which makes
Are you
sense.
sure you're not in kindergarten? Yeah, I don't remember a lot anymore.
So Tim is about 30 now.
I want some gas. So, you've been out here for like a week, huh? Yeah. I got some fuel from a fuel truck a few days ago. He gave me a few cans of fuel. He was actually a hauler. Hauling fuel.
Just casually talking to them.
To fit me, and I told him, move the fuel, get it out of here. But no! So,
I love how terrible the lighting is.
you guys here to take me back? No. Oh, okay then. Lightning. Why did Storm and Connor and Roman, all those tuners change sides? I honestly don't know. I think Cruz was mistreating. Yeah? Yeah, well now she's mistreating me! Because you and all those other cars beat her so badly! She totally deserved it, man. Whatever! Nobody's contacting me. I mean, I don't even have my phone with me, but you think they'd send somebody out after me? Yeah, well, same thing happened with the two cars that were stuck in Radiator Springs. They tried to take over the racing garage.
That's a Four Deadliest Cars Ever reference.
Didn't check up on them at all, so they got really mad and basically...
Well, Tim was in his mid-20s at this point.
At this,
That was 4 years ago now. So he would be out of his mid-20s.
Tried to start the
yeah, he would have been 24 at around the time of Cars 3.
Which would make him 30 now. Math! Come on, guys, math.
Nope. Seems like
Easy math.
Cruz is so devastated by all this. The Piston Cup.
This doesn't feel like a 10-minute episode, honestly.
This isn't for another month. What?
Like, 10 minutes is one of the longest episodes.
They say next race isn't for a month, but
I'm sorry,
next
I'm having
race isn't
trouble
for the next
remembering
couple of
things
years.
now. What's my name again? Your name? Yeah, what's my name again? Your name is, Slubbalub.
So at this point, Tim has started to go insane from being stranded for a week, and he forgot his name. How?
Even I would not forget my name after only a week.
Now, Tim wasn't that dumb. Tim was like one of the most prominent next gens. Him and Herb, honestly. But
Tim was the founder of the evil next gens. Not
Yeah.
yet. That's a fact that nobody knows.
now, like, maybe we should go into that next season. But we totally should. That'd be cool. Explain why he did it, other than the fact that he was the first next gen released. Honestly,
He's the one that caused the big crash, which cost Cruz her first big crash, and then everything spiraled into what we got now. But,
Yeah.
He caused it. He caused it to begin because he started it with Jackson's together, and
well,
he's the one that caused the crash. So yeah.
the simple reason as to why Tim forgot is because he spent a week out in sweltering heat in the desert, barely able to move. You know, he's close to Radiator Springs. Like he's overheating.
Yeah.
Relatively close, like maybe not inside.
Close.
When even was that last race? I'm sorry, I'm having trouble remembering things now. What's my name again? Your name? Yeah, what's my name again? Your name is, Slubbalub. Good one. Thanks. Yeah, I guess it was a good one on my parents. Slubbalub. What a name. So, like, first name Slub, last name a Lub? Yep. What's my middle name? Falub. Huh. Smubbalub.
Slub.
Falub. Alub.
Slub. We need to bring that back now that Tim's back.
I've been calling him that recently. If you pay attention.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm gonna have this dramatic scene where he's like, I remember who I am now. My name is Schlub. And everyone's like, yeah.
Even Lightning won't remember that he called him that. Just Tim is the only one that remembers that name.
How did the same person make this and lap 3? Thank you, Ratchet.
Yeah.
Oh, Rashid, have you watched the first?
If you
the
don't
first
mind
few
us.
seasons of this
He I think he's only watched Cars Adventures for the past 2 or 3 years. Don't go back.
Be stealing this? Steve? Yeah. Are you sure?
What did he
this
say?
is right?
Wait.
This? Well, if you don't mind us, we're gonna be stealing this. Steve? Yeah. Are you sure this is right? What's right? Just going and leaving Tim? Who? I mean, just leaving Slub, Falub here? Just to rot without the hallway that he's been living in?
In
Yes, Lightning. Now let's go. This car deserves to suffer. Does he though? Does he really? Yes. Hold on here.
His car deserves
Up
to
the
suffer.
Trailer, and we shall poof the trailer away before he finds out that we're leaving without him. Prepare to poof the trailer.
Season where Cruz was redeemed to season 32. It's the last season before lap 2.
10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Why is he doing a countdown?
1. Wait, did he get in?
Steve,
Yeah,
where'd Tim
get
go?
in.
It doesn't matter. Poof.
Why is it upside down? Why is it Oh! It's upside...
That's because they teleported, and in the teleporting thing, they're upside down, remember?
That's the filter I put on it, too. That's clever. That's kind of hard for you to put together, though. I think we'll just autoplay the next one. A War of Words. Yep. Continuing the Tim arc.
Down Cars Adventures, Gail Buford's trailer was lost.
Let's just skip the... We don't need to see the intro anymore. Unless, do you want to see the intro?
Oh, I don't need to see it.
We're watching these in a row. You don't need to watch a recap. You can subscribe to my second channel, though. It's brand new.
And that's when I said to him, that's not my French pastry, that's your French pastry. Interesting story, Lizzie.
Is that why she was in the hospital?
Greetings, little ones in this town. We have returned with the holler. Oh my gosh, you guys actually did it. Yep. You actually got Gail's trailer back. You did it? Oh, my trailer. Oh, it's been way too long.
And then he's emotionally attached to his trailer.
Right.
I know, but I miss it so much. It's like...
Schnotrod was the icon of Ty 2, T-Tour Reviews 2 at the time, because I was making Fine-Tuned at the time.
Yeah, I believe that was canceled at this point.
I don't think it was canceled yet, but it was on track.
Oh, was it? When did I make that Snotrod thing?
That was in preparation for Fine-Tuned, and the Snotrod compilation, that was the thumbnail for it.
And you know?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I better go get picked up in this thing. I have a lot of catching up to do. Oh, I have so many stories to tell you, trailer. I don't think it'll listen and comprehend those stories. I don't think it'll listen to them. I don't think it understands what a story is. It's not
You
a
might
live
lose those
trailer. Trailer, did they do anything to you? Or are you okay? Actually, I'm in pretty bad shape. Hey, yo, Lightning. Yeah? Am I insane, or did that trailer just talk? Yeah, it spoke. Yeah. You know who you sound like? I have no idea who you are, the guy talking right now, but you sound an awful lot like Jackson Storm, the guy that Cruz fired, and then you turned on her. What was I supposed to do? Gail?
Tim, Gail's trailer, he calls it. Tim doesn't remember his own name. The trailer's talking because Tim is inside, obviously. Tim doesn't remember his own name, but he remembers specifically what happened to Jackson.
Cruz fired, and then you turned on her.
he
What
doesn't-
was I supposed to do? Gail's trailer? Huh? I have another name, you know. What? My name isn't Gail's trailer. My name is Schlub Full Love of Love. Tim? Who's Tim? My name's Schlub Full of Love. Steve, you didn't tell me we caught a hitchhiker? No, I didn't see him. See, I asked you where he was, and you were all like, oh, I don't know. I never said that. Yeah, I know, because the camera cut before you could respond. Hello, boys. So great to see you three again. Jackson Storm, Herbert, Elizabeth. I'm a dude! Really? You sure? You look like an Elizabeth. No, Tim, that's Paul, and that's Chris. Wait, you're Tim? Your name's Tim? I thought it was Jackson Storm. What? Yeah, Jackson Storm.
So he has, like, specifically name-themed amnesia. Amnesia.
Also, Rashid just quick mentioned it.
I read
At
that.
times, the road and Cars Adventures have been attached to each other.
It used to be attached to each other, but to make space, I changed it. In universe, it's just supposed to be one big road. Like, the floor in between is still part of the road. You just gotta suspend your disbelief.
I mean, in the actual movies, the road is also way wider than it would be if you put these two together.
Yeah, and roads would have to be wider in the Cars universe to fit more people, especially the road of a town like this. You know, it's not going to be just 2 lanes. At this point, maybe I should remove the roads because that's in the middle, but I don't really care.
No. It's kind of like how it otherwise it would just look weird.
In Ty's Cars 4, I did connect the road, I believe, but I also filmed Radiator Springs in a different place.
The one who helped beat Cruz so badly. What? The one who helped.
This is the war of words in question.
Badly that she's treated everybody else that ever worked with her terribly. She left me out to rot for a week. Stuck with nothing but just a trailer. No one was sent after me because Cruz doesn't care anymore. All thanks to you. Oh yeah? Whose fault is that, huh? Whose fault is that?
Sarge and Lizzie just chilling.
Cruz fired me. I have a right to be angry. In fact, she was a terrible car this whole time. So whose fault is that, huh? Whose fault is that for making Cruz a terrible person? Well, if my memory serves me correctly, it's that guy over there. Alright, don't rope me into this. Yeah, I made a bad decision
He's
regarding
correct.
Cruz. I just fired her, okay? It was Chick Hicks's fault. Because then they joined together and Cruz just went insane. Right? And the only reason why she fired Storm was because too much power went to her head. And in the end, it didn't even matter because she lost anyway.
In the end,
turned out,
it doesn't even...
She just fired some of her best cars. Schlub full of a lub.
So in the previous season, Cruz, who again was leading the evil next gen group at this time, Cruz sort of went off the deep end. She fired Jackson and stuff because she was starting to lose, and she wasn't very happy with that. Or no, sorry, she was starting to get kind of mad with power, and that's why she fired him. Tim and Paul abandoned her, and now at this point she's kind of mad because she's losing.
His memory's been a bit spotty lately, so we've tricked him into thinking his name is Schlub for Lub. Well then, Schlub, Schlub-a-lub, Schlub-for-lub-a-lub.
I hate that I'm laughing at Schlub for level up.
I don't know, I just really want to say your name. I got nothing. You have no response to that. So Cruz really abandoned you, huh? Yep, sure did. No gas, no fuel, no nothing.
Now, honestly, we could have had a redemption arc for Tim here. We didn't.
I mean, it provides with a good story now.
Exactly. And a good story then, I think. I don't think these are bad episodes, honestly. I think they have interesting concepts, and seeing the fallout of Jackson and his friends defecting by showing their haulers, I think is really unique.
They weren't really friends.
You get what I mean. I forgot their names for like 10 seconds. Chris and Paul. And I think it's interesting because, like Robin said, you never see stuff like that in Cars Adventures. Those direct consequences. Because usually, we just kind of time skip. Aiden had taken over Radiator Springs. I'm sure they worked for weeks to restore it, but we time skip over. You time skip over the boring stuff.
And we haven't even mentioned the aftermath of Red Line.
Exactly. That's never even been addressed. So that's
Maybe
the thing.
It's been, not addressed once at most.
It has been a few times, but that's the thing. You skip forward a bit to sort of set the series back to its status quo. And what was different with season 26 here was we spent the first half of the season dealing with the direct after effects of what had just happened. We saw funerals for the characters who had died. The whole first half of the season is just dealing with the direct fallout, and I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, also Cal's direct response to losing his uncle.
Yeah.
You realize that you are a sworn enemy of this town, Treadless?
Sworn enemy.
A lub.
A lub.
Oh, well, if it isn't the po. What'd you just call me? Alright,
Gonna be honest, I like how Tim losing his mind is sort of gradual. Like, he's sort of fading in and out. Like sometimes...
Moments where he remembers all the things that Cruz does, and other moments he just says po.
He's so
He says that sheriff has to be flushed through the toilet.
he's so mad. I think he's so mad at Cruz and Jackson, and he's been thinking about it so much, and he's starting to lose his mind, and he's forgetting everything except what they did to him.
I mean, that's often with those kind of stories where somebody completely loses their mind. They just remember something that someone did to them. For
Like-
example, in Star Wars, when Maul returns,
He just wants revenge.
he's also like Kenobi. He remembers Kenobi doing stuff, but he doesn't remember much else.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. When Savage finds him, is that not just you see that all the time? Yeah. So Tim Treadless is the Darth Maul of Cars Adventures. Kenobi. Yeah, but like when Savage finds him on the junk planet, right? He remembers nothing, but he still remembers Obi-Wan because he wants revenge that badly. Sort of like that.
Maybe he remembers people, but I don't remember the mention.
You messed
Yeah.
with one of us, you messed with all of us. Oh yeah, you really want to fight, huh? Bring it on. Oh. Why didn't I just watch? Very good question, Lizzie.
You just pass out? Just right there? Yeah, I think so. Must have been not having any gas or fuel. Well, not my problem.
He was stuck in the desert
Actually,
for
is
a
my
long
problem.
time.
I should probably take him to the impound lot. You're coming with me, kid.
Well, that takes care of that.
Yep. And since Cruz and the rest of the evil next gens aren't helping him out, they definitely won't break him out of here. Yeah. I bet you they don't even know he's here.
No, please let me out. Please, please. Not a chance. How long do I have in here?
Well, currently it's a life sentence. Do you want that bumped up to a double life sentence? That makes no sense.
Well, it'll be a double life
He's
sentence
probably
if
gonna
you
get
don't stop
transported to some
talking.
other.
Well, at
He
least
got
get
transported
gas
to
and
some other
fuel.
prison.
Yeah.
But in limited quantities.
Please let me out. I need to get out.
That's so annoying. Maybe I'll just move you to county prison.
There.
No, please, no.
You can't spend the rest of your life in the impound lot. You're bound to escape from that.
Well, he said he'd move him to prison.
No problem with
County
all my
prison.
thing. Well,
Yeah.
I have a castle that I must attend to.
Wait, a castle?
Who?
What's up with that guy?
Not because that
I have
castle
no
is
idea.
one of Steve's camp businesses.
Yeah, that's a retcon. He runs like it's like an Airbnb. He claims it's a castle, but it's actually made of like cardboard boxes and toilet paper tubes.
I think at the time it was kind of a reference to being Transylvanian.
Yeah, to him being a vampire, but
Well, he is Transylvanian, as he confirms in the last season.
did he say that in the last?
26.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah.
I'm.
Nightcrawler.
Did he say Nightcrawler? Is that another X-Men reference?
Yeah, they said Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler or something. What's up with that guy? Oh, I have no idea. It's like Nightcrawler or something.
The first episode we watched had an X-Men reference. The second episode had a Star Wars reference. This is an X-Men reference.
Yeah. Nightcrawler. Huh. Weird guy.
Yeah. Yep. Probably a vampire. Oh yeah, totally.
Is there credits?
Teleport, though.
Oh, is that a credit scene? Oh yeah, look at that. Why is he in my ceiling fan?
Light.
Oh, because he's a vampire. He goes, light. One of these days, I need to make a compilation of every Cars Adventures, like, post-outro scene.
But that's gonna be painful.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Did I do any in Lap 3 Season 1? I think I did just one in the debate episode, which is 15 minutes, so, like...
And the final, at the end of the season, the last episode.
Yeah, that's sort of the post-credit scene. As you can see from that episode, I ditched doing credits for Cars Adventures because I always hated making them, and what was the point? So I just had an extended outro signifying it was the end of the season, using every picture we saw throughout the season.
Yeah, I noticed that you didn't do that. The credits.
I really like the new outro style with the different pictures, and obviously that's going to change up every season. It actually changed up within this season. I added Gearston Marshall into the Salt Flats episode. I considered adding Dusty at the end of the season into the Tuner episode outro, but I thought by the time he was in the season it was just too late. Which is why Suki is in the outro and she's only in, what, 2 episodes? Suki's presence is felt in the finales, though. Suki just kind of screwed everyone over at the end, other than Leadbottom. We had like a Deus Ex Leadbottom at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, is this dumb to have Leadbottom come in? I was like, no, because I explained...
If Leadbottom came, there should have been more planes coming in.
Yeah. Originally, I was going to have LJH86 special with him, and he was going to challenge Dusty to a race for the charity event. I don't know why that fell through.
Well, it would have taken extra time.
But
If it had been challenged and then the race doesn't happen on screen.
I was going to do that, actually. But Leadbottom, I established years ago...
Maybe you could start it... Maybe you could, when in next season the tuners go wherever, maybe when they leave the town we get him challenge Dusty or something.
I'll see, but the other thing is, I established years ago that, like, everyone in Prop Wash Junction left the town, so I was thinking, why would Leadbottom leave? Leadbottom left because his weird, smelly mulch took off and is a massive global empire now.
I mean, it took off thanks to Dusty, Chuck, and Sparky's stunts, which you actually own the diecast for.
Exactly. Alright, let's get back to On the Lookout. Next episode. Check out my new second channel!
Hey, Mater. Hey, buddy. Hey, Mater. How's it going? Pretty
I
good.
like how the background is always populated. Luigi and Guido are there.
I'm doing fine myself.
What? What was that?
Alright then. Mater! Yeah, Sheriff? Patrick and I are off to
Old Patrick with his weird eyes.
police officer's dinner tonight. Oh, really? Yeah.
Did he still have the gold Lightbringer, or was it already taken?
57th birthday.
I think he has the gold one still.
One of the guys on the police force around here. So, 2 of us are going to be off. Yeah, we're going to need you to look
Oh, it is
after the
colored.
prisoner. Can do. We're going to need you to keep an eye... No, don't say that. Why not? If you tell him to keep an eye out on the prisoner, he's just going to spend the whole night with one eye open. Look after the prisoner. Alright then. I'm
That was
trusting
also
you.
a really
We've
joking
got tomorrow.
concept where Vader would when you would use one eye Vader.
Yeah. The thing with Cars Adventures that I always find a little disappointing is I never get to use character variants.
Well, you used one eye Vader, and you have used a few. Like in case of McQueen, it's kind of hard since you don't own any variants for Fabulous McQueen for obvious reason.
Other than the metallic one. But
Yeah, but that's not that is only usable for a few things, not for different expressions.
yeah. Now this season we did use President Mater last season. Halfway through you may have noticed I swapped out the Road Trip McQueen I was using.
Didn't notice that.
And started using the 2023 variant. Mater is... I guess I could use more Mater variants, but they're all situational.
Well, we'll come up with something.
Can I help you? Yo, can I help you? No, you just stay right there, prisoner. I'm watching after you.
Top 10 Lizzie moments. That's so Lizzie, such a move.
Nope, I'm watching after you.
Calls up and over Mater like he's just a minor inconvenience.
You don't leave my side. Oh shoot, I'm not looking at you! Yeah, I don't think you understand what looking after a prisoner means. It doesn't mean to just keep your eyes glued on me.
It is
You
better
never
moments.
babysat before? Of course I have.
What?
A very comfortable chair, you know that?
What? Oh, have you ever babysat before? He asked. And it got to him sitting on a child. I missed that. Is that a Family Guy cutaway joke?
Hey,
Yeah, that's what he asked, right?
have you ever babysat before? Of course I have. You're not a very comfortable chair, you know that? Yeah, you're definitely taking everything way too literally, pal. Look, alright, dude, just leave.
Oh no, Lightning, Sally didn't make it. That's so sad, says Mater as he's currently his 2023 road trip variant.
Look after you. If I could open up this gate, I'd just be real close like just staring at you. I'd look after you. Alright, I made a commitment. I promised Sheriff and Patrick that I wouldn't let you out of my sight. So I'm not.
Does he stay? Is the whole episode? Oh my gosh, the whole episode is just him there.
So, when's the part where you, like, do a flip or something?
Haha.
What?
The whole
Yeah,
episode,
let's do something
we get the
exciting,
car and
right?
white stuff.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Do a flip, do a flip, do a flip. Fine. Yeah.
Dang, that's impressive.
Happy? Now do another flipper. Tell some jokes. I don't know.
I'm kind of impressed that I fully flipped him with one hand.
Look after you do something exciting. So, what's the deal with this insane tow truck watching me? That was the joke. Oh, I don't get it. No, of course you don't. Well, I'm just gonna sit here the rest of the night. Yeah. Oh, boy, this is gonna be a while.
Hours later.
When are you gonna leave? Never. I'm not gonna stop looking after you. Nope, never. Mater, it's 3 in the morning. Yep.
I watched him Treadless at 3 a.m.
Making sure I don't open my eyes. Close my eyes. Sorry.
Making sure I don't
Even
open
if
my eyes.
start to feel light. I mean heavy. Sorry. I can't fall awake.
I
Asleep.
was
Fall asleep.
Tim's always.
Hey, Bob. Huh? Who said that? I did. Turn around. Oh, hi there, mister. How would I like to interest you in this nice samurai helmet?
Haha.
Ooh, bad gun. Yeah. That sure is a nifty looking helmet right there, if I do say so myself. I just think I might buy it. Great. How much will it cost? Let's do a little trade, shall we, bub? You can get that helmet, if I can get that car back there. Alright. Oh, sorry, what were we talking about? Samurai helmet, it's not funny. Alright, you want this guy to be free. Ding! Alright, it's all yours, as long as I get to keep it, alright.
So a very tired Mater trades Tim for a helmet because he's very tired and he thought the helmet looked cool. Now, what
Yeah,
happened?
that's about an average sleepless mayor.
Yeah.
Also, we actually I don't think we've ever seen this samurai helmet after these episodes.
Right. I assume Mater still owns it.
Somewhere in his junkyard.
So,
Wait. Since Tim is returning, you should totally just have the helmet as a background reference somewhere.
yeah.
Get the maybe have Mater's first day as mayor be him wearing the helmet.
So we skip the next episode, Introduction to Pity Car, and we move to episode 9, The Car in White. We're gonna watch that, and then I think we'll watch the W Files, and then that's the end. This I think maybe the last time we ever saw Tim.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think so.
Because the W Files start a new plot line regarding the Car in White, who we'll learn a bit more about him here. But the Car in White is not relevant. You may have heard of the Car in White because he's been brought back in some other parts of the series. He's a parts dealer. This is where he first debuted.
He was like a contact of Tombe or something.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It goes.
So he was also a contact for Finn and Holly.
Yeah,
and-
we're not gonna watch the episodes that go into that, but it is true. That's part of his character. So I don't think the car in white will be in the next Cars Adventure season, other than maybe being referenced once or twice, just because he's part of the storyline with Tim. But he's not very relevant. And as you can see, the car in white is a parts dealer and informant, but where we see Tim Treadless now at the end of the most recent Cars Adventures episode, he's not with the car in white anymore. He's with Carlo Maserati, who was another parts dealer. So I'm sure.
Also a Maserati.
Yeah.
What is it with Maseratis and being parts dealers in your series?
I chose to make them the same. I chose to make him and the car in white, who is Antonio Velocity Excellente. I chose to make them the same type of car. They're not going to be like related or anything, but they're part of like the same maybe same group of parts dealers.
Previously on Cars
Wait,
Adventure.
where's Mel? I love how there's so much like there's such a like fun interconnected story in these older recaps.
Also, this race official Tom, if anything confirms that Mel and Chucky are in universe, it's this.
Wait, where can we decide where race official Tom is in Cars Adventures currently? Because he went on his lunch break and he still is lost.
Do we decide that after the stream?
Well, it's not going to be important to the plot.
Okay. Well, wait, I just got a genius idea. Have the storyline of Tom and the security guards searching for him be like maybe something that returns throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Just have like every group of characters comes across it at some point.
I was thinking have him lose his mind in the desert and have Lightning tell him his name is Schlub Falubba, but I like yours better.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
I was left to take over here in recap duty as Mel goes to try to find Chucky. And you can watch that adventure play out on T-Tour Reviews 2 and Mel and Chucky Beyond the Fourth Wall.
Is that a video I did? I gave him a series on my second channel? I
don't think you ever did it, and I'm not sure if you ever did that, and if you did, then it's no longer visible.
I have all my old Ty 2 videos archived. Maybe that's there, I'll double check.
Come on, stop it! Stop advertising other videos. I'm trying to do my job here. Look, alright, previously, Tim Treadless was in the Radiator Springs impound lot, and Mater let him out in exchange for a samurai helmet given to him by a mysterious car.
While almost sleeping.
Good morning, everybody. It's gonna be a great day today.
I never realized how nearly every old episode started with Lightning, even if he was not relevant to it.
Yep.
Lightning wasn't in Lap 3 Season 1 that much, honestly. He wasn't relevant. When Lightning's not relevant to a story, that's fine.
He appeared a handful of times. Like he was mostly like moral support for Mater.
Yeah.
Of course, the beginning of the series with where he,
When he gets the job.
It's weird. Mater always wakes me up like every morning. He just screams from morning sleep. Dude. It's weird. It's not like him to not do that.
That is something established early on in Cars Adventures. Where Mater wakes up Lightning Quick every night like this because we complains about it.
And that's something we still do, I believe. That's something that's still in the series.
Nope.
I don't know if it's shown. It isn't shown very often.
But it is still...
I would be surprised if it's still around.
Sure.
Oh no!
What a nice retirement dinner, huh? Yeah. Wait a minute. Did I see what I thought I saw on the way in? What you thought you saw was the impound lot being empty. Then I'm pretty sure I saw the same thing. Oh man. Tim Treadless is gone! Oh, where could he be? Where could he be? Where could he be? Mater! Whoa!
Is he wearing the hat?
What's going on?
What?
They should be acting a little bit more professional.
Guys? Mater! You had one job, man. You gotta be kidding me. What's wrong? It's not like you to oversleep, Mater. You're always up to
No, the current Patrick is a new Patrick.
I had a very long night last night, alright? I was having difficulties staying awake because I was watching after Tim Treadless. Mm-hmm. And why exactly is Tim Treadless gone? Tim's gone! Oh, man, Dad's gone. Oh, I just remembered. What happened, Mater? That all started last night when I was watching after Tim Treadless.
That's why the minis are in the thumbnail. It's recap of the minis. That's so fun. I never do stuff like that.
Oh.
We should...
You barely use your mini attacks to begin with, so it's like a fun way.
One of these days I will do an entire season where everyone is shrunken down. But that's not today.
Like a sequel part to...
Holly, I Shrunk the Cars.
Holly, I Shrunk the Car.
Kept telling him to do something exciting or at least talk or something. His things weren't going to be that.
Awkward cuts. Some things never change. That's right. Was that my real voice or did I edit that?
That fun, and he was all like,
That was your real voice.
That's terrifying.
watching
No lightning! Oh, okay.
I kept telling him to do something exciting or at least talk or something. His things weren't going to be that fun, and he was all like, no way, man, I'm not going to do anything.
Oh, no way, man. I thought he said no lightning.
And I was getting really disappointed. I was like, oh, shoot, Tim, can you please at least do something? And he was all like, no way, man, just leave me alone. But I wouldn't let him alone, so I told him, I'm not leaving you alone no matter what. Oh, come on, man.
Mater,
Huh? Yeah?
are the voices really necessary?
Yeah, of course.
Wait, this reminds me of the guy who's admin who always recaps previous events in such a way.
Luis, yeah, and he speaks through everyone's voice. We should do the next previously on Cars Adventure should just be in the style of that. That's the next Cars Adventure series recap. So then Cruz crashed and then everybody died.
During contest in history. And then right when I was about to fall asleep, this car drove up and he was all like, hey, bub, I'll give you a samurai helmet if you let go of Tim Treadless. And, you know, I was almost unconscious. I was really, really tired. And I just wanted to go to bed, so I let Tim go. Thanks, man! And I got the samurai helmet. And that helmet is this helmet. Mater, I can't believe you.
The last appearance of the
I'll
samurai
track that guy
helmet.
back down. He couldn't have gotten far. I mean, we didn't give him any gas at the time. Good point. Just can't believe all this.
So that leaves the last episode as the final appearance of Tim Treadless ever until lap 3.
Yeah. And I just think that since Tim Treadless is returning, you should also bring back the samurai helmet.
Yeah.
Just put it in so that you remember to do that.
So I'm not sure when lap 3 season 2 is going to start. I'm probably going to start it... I might actually just start it on May 1st. That was the original plan. Then I was going to push it back. But I'm leaning towards May 1st because I'm going on vacation at the end of June. And I want to make sure the season is done by then. So if I do an episode every other day, then it should be done by the end of June.
If you miss out a few days, you can always just go to daily, as similar to what you did a few days ago.
Yeah, well, I chose to do that for the season. As soon as I'm on summer vacation, I am going to switch to doing episodes more close to daily. And I'm off of school. My classes end next Thursday, and I just have to come in for a few finals. So the season's going to start back up on May 1st. It's going to be mainly daily uploads because I am actually very excited to do this storyline, and I don't want to make it take 3 months. And since I'm on summer vacation, I know I can handle doing episodes. My problem with the most recent season is it became very boring for me to make around the halfway point. As good as I think this recent season is, the tuner plot and the Salt Flats plot were kind of boring to do until I introduced like the Gearston Marshall and Dusty parts, which were both ideas I had later on.
Yeah.
And then obviously I'll I'll do Cars Adventures mostly daily, but I'll take breaks on Saturdays when I'm releasing videos of the Batman parody series, so I don't do those and Cars Adventures on the same day.
It sounds good.
You let go of another person.
For those of you wondering, I know not many people are watching this stream, but yeah, there won't be much variety in uploads for the next few weeks as I try to get the Iceberg finished. So you're gonna see a lot of reviews and then a bit of Cars Adventures when it's back. But hopefully
Still waiting for the next episode of Final 50.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get some other unique videos out by the end of the month. Probably just the next weird products.
Like the 5th time in the last 3 weeks. Oh man, we just need somebody better to watch stuff.
Rashid knows the same thing that I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a channel update coming soon. I guess probably the end of this week because I wanted to do a Cars Adventures Lab 3 Season 2. Yeah, Weird Puzzles 2. I wanted to do a Cars Adventures season update, but if I'm starting the season May 1st, then I have to do the channel update a few days earlier. So I will see. Maybe I'll have this. I'll probably have the season update be separate from the channel update. Because I'm going to do a channel update that's just like a general, like, the summer update I do every year, except this year it'll be at the beginning of May. So I'm probably going to do a Lap 3 Season 2 channel update tomorrow or the day after, where I announce that, and then I also announce, give some details on the bigger project that I'm working on currently, which is a Cars Adventures movie, as I've stated on several occasions at this point. Robin and I have brought it up on the stream a few times. I have sort of a Cars Adventures movie project in the works currently. I'll go more into that soon and what that entails. Then I'll do a channel update in a few weeks. Anyway.
Mater, please. What's important now is that we know who took Tim Treadless. What do you remember about
Weird Puzzles should be out this weekend, probably.
I don't know. It was dark. I was almost asleep.
If you remember Daryl Talks in the Cars Hexbugs video, you deserve a veteran's discount.
That's right. It was me, Bob. And where exactly are you?
Haha.
I'm right up here.
We should do a Cars Adventures episode on, like, not episode, but like a compilation of, like, the first appearances of important characters. This is a fun entrance. And it's fun.
So, I'm trying to remember, have we had other similar entrances? I guess Extreme Excitement, that guy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Similar.
But this is probably one of the best character entrances.
Hey there.
Whoa! Oh, also there's Miles in the background.
Is he?
There's a diecast of Miles.
Miles?
Not his body in story, but I'm pretty sure that was his diecast.
Yeah, I only had the one at the time. That's him.
Whoa! Alright,
Yeah,
now.
he's actually in that cave right next to
How
Yeah.
did you get up there? The question you should be asking is, how do I get down from here? I'm scared!
I love how he's such a tough character. He's like, "Hey there, bud, give me trade me the helmet for the car," and then he's afraid of heights.
I mean, isn't not a typical tough guy trait in these stories?
Exactly.
The tough guy is afraid of heights. Just look at Wrecker.
Wrecker! Oh, look at Dusty Crop Hopper now. What I just realized is if we start Cars Adventures back up on May 1st, the funny thing is, then it starts the hiatus between season 1 and season 2 is going to be shorter than the hiatus between some episodes, which is funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was busy. Now school's winding down, so you get back to focusing on it.
This color. Yeah, that sounds about right. I collect old artifacts like that helmet there. I'd just like to tell you that your Tim Treadless is in very good hands. Who exactly are you? You can call me the car in white.
So I think that's the last reference to Tim being gone, other than maybe in episode recaps.
Yeah, probably episode recaps, and maybe like 1 or 2 mentions throughout the rest of this season.
Because what's the conflict with the car in white after this point? I don't really remember.
the ignition pin.
Yeah. So
Because
that
it was a whole and the stupid thing that they put a whole replacement ignition pin and where they go back to the old. There was also an episode where they go back to where the first ever Cars Adventures episodes were filmed.
oh, I love that.
And then Sid Leeds / the Jet shows up, I believe.
Yeah. So the ignition pin was, what was it? Was it the device that turned on like the big mind change weapon from the previous season? Or I think that's what it was.
Yeah. That was it, and there was also a subplot of this season where with the ignition pin and in the end they end up destroying it and replacing it with a fake camera so that they can spy on Cruz, but Cruz just throws it in the water.
Right. Yeah. So this is the last we hear. At this point, the Tim plot stops being relevant, and the Car and White plot continues. And with just how little the Tim plot is focused on, it's only been, 4 episodes we watched? With just how little it is, it makes sense that I've never touched on it again. But we will finish this, then I think we'll wrap up the stream. We don't need to watch the W Files episode. Unless you want to.
We don't.
But it's not relevant.
Only thing that they might mention Tim
Sorry,
Treadless,
sir,
but not
you need
not
like
really
a license or something? Sorry. Can't make that happen. And why exactly do you need Tim Treadless? Very good question. It's a very good question, isn't it, Mater? What do I have to do with all this? Look. I just want to let you all know that everything's alright over here. We're all good here, right?
The Car and White isn't...
Bubs?
He's not a bad guy. Like, he's just a parts dealer.
Yeah.
I wonder what my plan at the time was with Tim.
Yeah.
You just call me Bub. Look. I'm trying to
Dramatically
say
backs away to the middle of the
very
town.
good wheels. Don't worry. We'll be perfectly fine. We're keeping you safe. Where? There's more than one of you? Maybe.
Yo! That was never mentioned again, but we can do that now.
Yay!
I love
Rewatching it.
when old Ty says cryptid things that now work 4 years later when I have to bring the plot line back because it's been a plot hole for the past 5 years.
If you don't mind me, I'm gonna get out of here. The exit comes this way. Bye! That was weird. How do we know this guy's telling the truth? Very good question. How do we know if this guy isn't absolutely insane? No, I'm pretty sure he's insane. I don't think we even need to question that.
So that is where we end this plot line with Tim. The Car and White stuff continues into the rest of the season. This is the W Files.
My name is Officer.
It's a very different type of episode.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna watch this episode.
Needed Tim Treadless.
Episode.
Needed Tim Treadless. Wouldn't say why. Yeah. So 80% off all pillows at Kelsey. Use code SOFTYBRO at checkout.
Okay, well, yeah.
So that
was basically Tim plot, and now we wait for Ty to create the next season where we're gonna see how Tim, whatever we're gonna do with him happens to him.
right. So that's the last we saw of Tim. So we'll just have to wait and see how Tim is brought back into the fold in Cars Adventures Lap 3 Season 2. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to Robin for joining me, and I think we are going to end it right there. And that's all. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.